Do you know that Egypt has two seashores? One in North Egypt, the Mediterranean Sea, and the other one in the east side of Egypt, the Red Sea. The Mediterranean shore in North Egypt is about 995 kilometers, and the Red Sea shore is about 1941 kilometers. There are a lot of coastal cities located in both sides, with people, of course. But there are a question in my mind since long time, running in my mind since long time, which it is, why do we have a lot of different types of folkloric dance in both sides? Even though the geographical area, the climate, the language, the habits and beliefs, the history are the same as well. In this series, I will try to find the answer with you. And of course, I will start with Alexandria, which is near to our heart. Alexandria is not just a word we say or a city we mentioned. Alexandria is very close to our hearts as Egyptians. We love Alexandria. We feel in love with Alexandria. If you say Alexandria in front of any one of us, immediately you will find him melting in front of you, because every one of us has a memory. Something had happened with him in Alexandria. We love Alexandria very much. Alexandria is very close to the summer with most of us in Egypt, because since childhood, most of us, we spent a wonderful time in Alexandria. For example, for me, when you say Alexandria in front of me, immediately I will remember the sea, I will remember the beach, I remember when I go swim in the morning, the sand, the water, the taste of water, the sun, people, happiness, something like that. This is in the morning. In the midday, immediately, I will remember the smell of the grilled fish. The people sit together, eat, laugh, talking. In the evening, walking on the beach, eat ice cream, lot of laugh around. My close friends together sit together on the beach, say jokes, something special, drink, play cards, a lot of things. This is the feeling of Alexandria in my mind all the time. Happiness, the streets. We walk in the streets in the evening, inside the city, and in the end, we has to be in front of the sea. A lot of things like that. Every day, every evening, we have something special, and we have special type of feeling. This is Alexandria for me. Even the Alexandrian dance. Even when we go to the theater, watching dancers, watching films, even the cinema, watching films, a lot of wonderful memories. This is Alexandria for me. Alexandria has its own type of history, and it's deep in the history. Alexandria is not just a city. Alexandria is something completely different for all of us. I think for the European or for the foreigners and the Egyptians too. Do you know that most of the foreign people since long time, they came to Egypt or they entered Egypt through Alexandria or from Alexandria? This is also a very important and strange story, or through the history. Let me say something like this. People in Alexandria, they are not different. They are Egyptians, of course. All of us, we speak the same language, but they has their own type of tongue little bit. When they start to talk with us, I'm coming from Cairo, for example, or people coming from Delta or whatever in Upper Egypt, immediately we recognize that they are Alexandrians. So this is also nice, and we love them very much. They love us very much. All of us live together and love each other very much. When we go looking for their dance, yes, when we go looking for their folkloric dance, immediately it will jump in front of you the Melaya laugh. By the way, let me tell you a secret. There is no Melaya laugh folkloric dance or folk dance in Egypt. It is, or let me say, the first one who created this type of dance was the great Mahmoud Rida when he created in the theatrical folk dance. So this is the wonderful point I love to share with you. Even all over Egypt, we haven't a special type of Melaya laugh, same as you know, but we have a type of Melaya dancing, which I will explain to you through this series when I come to the ort or to the area have this type of dance. But now we are in Alexandria. The Alexandrian people love very much when they going to dance to use the knife, because it is type of tool. It is an important type of tool they using, or the fishermen using this tool through their work on the sea, just to clean or to cut the net, the rope, and sometimes clean the fish or something like that. So this is very important tool. By the way, when we see a tool used from people, or let me say craftspeople, you have to understand that this tool belongs to them and they want to show their power in front of the other groups or something like this point what I'm talking about. So the main tool for the fishermen in Alexandria is a knife. For this reason they using this tool through their dancing. So this is the first point. The second point is, what about women? Women, they dancing these types of dance steps, you know exactly, but without Melaya. This is an important point. I love to share it, yes, also. But why they have this type of dance like that? If we look through the history, immediately we will recognize that there are a lot of foreigners. They came to Alexandria, or they entered Egypt, but from Alexandria since long time. The French campaign, the British occupation, a lot all over the history. Even the Byzantines also since long ago. Even the first one who entered Egypt from this area was the Iskandar the Great, who created Alexandria. so this place is very important. You know why? It is so easy for the boats since long time to stop in this area without any damage or without any problem. So for this reason, a lot of people, they love very much to enter Egypt through this area, through Alexandria, which lead to something very important. That means exactly a lot of different societies, they lived in Alexandria throughout the history, and they melted together and they created for us these people who live in Alexandria now. Of course, if I say something like that, maybe you will recognize that Alexandrian people or the Alexandrians, they are not Egyptians. No, they are. But through the history, a lot of people came, foreigner people came, settled Alexandria, and they married from the Alexandrians, and we became one family, one big family. So this is exactly the Alexandrians, which can also let us feel or understand that the culture. A lot of cultures melted together in Alexandria. which led us exactly also to know why these people dancing like this way. By the way, when I say Alexandria, it means exactly sea, open air, open area. So for this reason, people when they dancing with open hands and they jump everywhere. Looks like they imitate the sea. Remind yourself about the sea. You will understand exactly what I'm talking about. Waves, and the second day calm, and suddenly waves again, and then calm again, and something like that. This is the main point when you go see the Alexandrians dancing or Alexandrian dance. Dancers, they are dancing very calm and suddenly jump and suddenly run and so on and so on. It is exactly the imitating same like the sea. So this is the way of Alexandrian people when they're going to dance. Plus also, as I told you, they are using the knives together or playing with knives the most of the time when they're going to dance. So this is the main point of the tool for them. You saw maybe someone dancing with chair or dancing with this type, we call it nakrazan dance, this type of stick, long stick, and he put it over his nose or mouth or shoulder or something like that and dancing. As I explained to you before, there is a big difference between sport steps and dance steps. The shape of these steps belongs to acrobatic much more than dancing. In dancing, completely different, as I explained you through all of my videos. So, the type of nakrazan dance, as they said, it is not exactly 100% a type of dance or folkloric dance. By the way, nakrazan dance, it is not anymore in Alexandria or in most of Egypt. In some places, and very rare, you can find or you can see. Step by step, I will explain to you about it when we go to the place of it, and I will explain you how and why and everything around this type of dance, as they said, which I say it is type of acrobatic dance steps. Also the same with the chair, when someone using the chair and show his power and how he can move with the chair. So this is another point also. We come back again to Alexandria. The Alexandrian dancers, they love very much the sea, they love very much life. So for this reason, they jump and do this and that, play with the knives, and their costumes is completely different than the other cities. For women, it is about a short dress. Sometimes they're using the dress with arms or with one arm and the other arm not. And of course, since long time they were using Melaya, same as you know. The Melaya in this city not bigger, same like in Cairo or in Delta or also in Upper Egypt. It's short. It is short type of Melaya and black. Also, she wears something on her head, covering her hair because of the weather, not because of something else. But step by step, it changed to be something else. But anyway, it was because of the weather to cover her head against the sunrise or this point. For men, I forgot. She wear also shoes, but her shoes with the high shoes, not with the normal one. So this is the way of the costumes for the Alexandrian people, which they used it exactly the same on the stage. For men, exactly the pants, but white bands, which can help them through their work as a fisherman in the sea, and t-shirt with long arms, and of course also shawl. They cover their head with this shawl and hat, and sometimes they using the normal hat with this, I don't remember, hat like that, like this, or the normal hat same like the Upper Egypt or something like this, but with shawl. And sometimes they put the shawl over their head. And of course, I forgot to tell you, yes, also a vest. So this is their costumes. A half boot, and that's it. This is exactly for men and for women, the costumes for men and for women. Of course, I love very much to hear your opinion about this, and if you have any question, please write it down to me or send it to me. And if you have any other question for the other type of dances, please write it to me. Through this series, I will explain to you much more about these type or these different types of folkloric dances in Egypt. But we started now on the seashores, north and east side. Thank you very much, and see you again in the next video.